All right, everybody, it's Phil Friedman here with the time of the year that you've all been waiting for. The much anticipated Friedman Adventures Albacore Forecast. Well, we need something to take the place of the Academy Awards with their plummeting viewership, so the Friedman Adventures Albacore Forecast is here to do just that. All right, so I know last year we kind of blew it. I mean, we totally blew it. There was one albacore taken after we had predicted a really, really good year. And one albacore on board the new Loan. I thought, here we go, it's gonna bite. This is so exciting. And then after that, so not much at all after that. It just went down the tubes on us. But this year, well, I'm feeling a little bit more optimistic. So today's albacore forecast will be in three parts. Number one, the common man will chime in and give their predictions. Number two, we'll have the experts come in and give their predictions. And number three, I will give humbly my prediction for this year's albacore season in northern Baja and southern California, perhaps extending up into central California also. All right, we were out with our cameras asking the average man what they thought about the coming season. Let's take a listen to that right now. Hey Robert, you were kind enough to come by and thank me for the show, and it's me who should be thanking you. You're a subscriber. I just wanted to say thank you, my friend.
You're welcome. I appreciate it. Love the show. Great information all the time. It's nice running into you here, Island Tackle. It's a great place. You know, I come get my stuff for rod wrapping, and hope that albacore shows up soon.
Hey, me too. Island Tackle in Carson. Robert, happy Easter to you and all your loved ones. And
thank you.
Thanks for going out of your way to tell me that. I really appreciate it.
Happy Easter, everybody.
Jeff Yeomans, the 540 Slingers Club. Jeff, we're down here planning our big May 15th event. I'm excited. Are you?
Oh, very excited. Can't wait for the time to come.
Me either. It's going to be a situation where if you're a novice, you can come down. If you kind of know what you're doing, you can come down. And if you want to try to win the casting for distance contest, bring it on, right?
Yep, we'll have something for everybody. Anybody who wants to come out and get more acclimated to surface irons or any kind of lures, we'll be out there.
All right, Jeff, the big question today is, will there be albacore this year?
I'm going to say wishful thinking, there will be. I want to hear more stories about people catching albacore on the slide, throwing the mega baits like the good old days.
Have you caught albacore before?
No, I have not.
Oh my God, well that's awesome. So it would be an entirely new experience for you.
It sure would.
It is so much fun. I hope your prediction's right. And I'll see you May 15th, my friend.
I'll see you there.
All right, what's your albacore prediction for this year?
Well, I don't know if they're going to be full strength, but I guarantee they'll probably catch 2 or 3 way outside on a jig boat.
Okay, you don't think we're going to have a big run?
I don't think so, not yet. Maybe in a year or 2 more, when the water cools down a little bit more. So that's what we're looking at.
What's your best albacore memory?
Back in '84, catching them offshore here, right off 8 miles offshore. Biggest fish is 70 pounds. 68 and a half it went on 20-pound test.
My
God.
God.
Couple 55-pounders.
Who were you fishing with?
Fishing with Russ Iser on the first string and the boys Mark and Paul Paisano and Strauser.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. Let's hope we get a few more this year.
I hope so. Hopefully they can come in. Maybe next year they'll come in. Water get right and cold for us, you know. So we'll see. Maybe get them trophies back in. Yeah.
Will there be albacore this year? Are we going to catch them?
That's an amazing question. I think they've been asking that question in the Bay Area for the last 10 years. You know, hopefully they do. You know, I think it's something that a lot of fishermen are looking for. You know, we do have this amazing big bluefin, and that's always fun. But I've never even caught one of those damn things. So I think it would be an awesome experience to pull out some 196s, some 220s, and just go out there with some, you know, Newell 220s and try to catch one of these things. So
all right, and you
looking forward to it.
You did use an albacore carcass for something else.
Yeah,
right?
That's the only time I've ever seen one. I got a carcass at a Half Moon Bay, and I was using it to catch Dungeness crab. So looking forward to even hooking one of those things. So
everybody wants to know, will there be albacore this year? What's your opinion?
I'd say, I don't know, but I vote yes. My vote is for yes, yeah.
So
We'll
none of us really know, but why do you say yes?
You know, every year it feels like it's going to happen. I'm not going to say they're going to be here in bunches like we want them to, but maybe this year might be our first taste of them here.
You know what? You say every year it feels like they're going to happen, but during El Nino years, you and I are not thinking it's going to happen. It's too
Yeah,
hot.
yeah.
But now with this La Nina and the cooler water, it does feel right, doesn't it?
It does feel right, and with the way we've had fishing the last couple of years, how can you predict anything one way or another? Except for that eventually it's coming. It isn't like they're gone, so eventually we're going to get a taste of them. I think this might be a year we might get a taste of them. Maybe later in the year. Normally we get them early, but maybe later in the year we might get a taste of them.
So I'm putting you down for a yes.
Put me down for a yes.
And you know where to find Sam if his prediction is wrong. Yes, the Phil Friedman inspection. Eric, your Albacore prediction. Let's hear it. Will we have Albacore this year?
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say yes.
Another yes.
Yes.
Do you have any reasons why? Do you just feel like it's going to happen or
The
what?
water looks good. It's cold, but it hasn't happened in a long time, so we're due.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of guys agree with you. And your Albacore prediction. What is it? Will we have Albacore this year?
I think we're gonna have them at end of the year. We got conditions are looking good. Water's coming back.
So you're looking for a fall bite? Is that what you're looking
I
for?
think so.
Yeah.
You know, I think generally when they're kind of easing off, we're gonna hit them. But last year we had one first. of the
One
year.
Albacore on the new Luann, and I started celebrating too early. And that was it.
Yeah, but they're there. But nobody's looking for them.
Maybe this year.
Because with the gas and all that stuff,
Yeah,
you know, it's a tough trip to sell.
It is.
Now, if we can get some cruise trips going out, exploratory trips, I think we'll start hitting them. And then we'll get those crazy runs where they're bouncing off the boat, and you got your 196 and 20-pound test, and a squidder or a jig master.
I'm all over it. Old school, man.
Old school, that's me. You'll see me out there with old school.
All right, do I have this right? 2 Albacore yeses, right?
Yeah,
2.
absolutely.
All right, thanks, gentlemen. Geronimo, how are you?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. Now, I know you're not much of a fisherman. You work here, however, at Island Fishing Tackle in the beautiful city of Carson, California.
Yeah.
We want your prediction on Albacore. What is it?
It's a yes. I got a lot of pink Andy ready for those albacore.
You don't even know what they are. Do you?
I do not. I know they look like a bonita though.
All right, that's another yes so far. We're going to have Albacore. It's your turn, Island Fishing Tackle. You love my burritos, so I love you.
Pretty good.
All right.
Pretty good.
Albacore, will we be catching them this year?
They make fun of me here because I'm like a scientific dude.
Oh, so have you poured over the stats?
So the thing when I've been saying this, you know, every single time I get asked, that there's a lot of water out there. There's a lot of water. I mean, miles and miles and miles of water. And these boats, their sonar can only run for so long, or you know, they can't scan a lot of water at once, right? You can concentrate different bodies of water. I'm pretty sure that there is albacore out there. There are probably some in the channel. There's probably some by the rigs. There's probably some behind Catalina, behind Clemente.
Right now?
There probably is, but we just don't see them. I'm
right.
pretty sure with how far these things can travel, all fish, I'm pretty sure there's fish out there that we would never think of. Now people keep bringing up, you know, the colder water this year and stuff like that. You know, they are a colder water fish, so one can only hope. I know it's been a while since we've caught them, but one can only hope.
Is that a yes or a no? Will we catch Albacore in 2022?
I will say, hopefully yes. I will say hopefully yes. Maybe later.
You're
maybe
hedging
later,
your bet still.
Maybe later this year.
Yeah, right, Oscar? Yes?
I say maybe this year, hopefully so. Like I said, there's fish out there that we would never think of, and I'm pretty sure there's fish out there that, like I said, we would never think of, but they are out there. You know, the whole thing with the wahoo pushing up here, that crazy year, the Dorado that we caught, you know, not too long ago over here. I know the Monte Carlo caught a bluefin a couple years ago, not very far. The world's weird. It's a weird place right now, you know, with the way the currents are moving, all that kind of stuff. So I say yes. Hopefully so.
It's a yes. Nobody is going to say no today. Thank you, John. All right, there you have it. The common man chiming in. Most of them think there's going to be a good albacore season. But let's turn our attention now to some of the pros, some of the experts. In fact, Tommy Holland who was a captain here in Southern California for many, many years. I don't have Tommy on camera, but he wanted me to let you know that yes, there will be albacore this year. He is counting on it. He's pored over the stats. He's looked at the SSTs. He's looked at the empirical evidence with anchovies and all this squid and this La Nina brewing, and he says there will be albacore this year. Will he be right or will he be wrong? Only time will tell. Let's go out now and check out what Bobby Taft has to say and Captain Paul Strasser.
I believe they probably will. I mean, they go in cycles. You know, it's been what, 10, 12 years since we had any.
Yeah.
So then we go, when we start getting them, we usually go 8, 10 years with albacore. And it usually starts in June.
Yeah.
Is when we start to see the fish here. If we're going to get fish by the end of June, we should know one way or another.
Albacore. Are albacore a thing of the past? Everybody thinks they're a thing of the past. I don't think so. I think it's been the oceanography. And you are so right about making a prediction now is crazy. That's what I did last year. Because when you get to May, that's when that's the critical part.
Yeah.
That's when you can. So the water's cool. I say it's a very good possibility. But if we get to that fork in the road in May and we go warm, we're screwed.
Yeah. We'll find out on May, June, usually by July 4th, they always said. But
Yeah.
May when we had the good fishing, back in 05, 06?
Yeah.
They were biting in May. And
Yeah.
Our best albacore season, I think it was 90, shoot, man, we brought the Islander down to San Diego in the mid-90s.
Yeah.
97, maybe? Or 90s. Anyways, it was mid-90s. May was unbelievable fishing. That's when that fish moved in, and it was good fishing. I mean, limits every day.
Was it on Mexican waters or what was it?
Yeah.
Down the beach?
Yeah, down the beach, off the beach. Down and out. But it was good fishing. So I think we'll know a lot by May. May's the deal. I
But
think.
you're not saying this is impossible and
No.
there's all kinds-
No, they're in the ocean. They live in the ocean. There's a lot of fish.
Yeah.
They were up to the north when we had our warmer water, the albacore out offside Oregon and Washington. And they always say there's a north and a south group. I mean, I think it can happen anytime.
Then you get these guys who say, why do you care about albacore? They say to me, why do you want albacore? You got these giant bluefin tuna. What do you want albacore for? And maybe you can help me answer that because they are really a special fish, aren't they?
It's a special to our Southern California area.
Yeah.
Everybody made their livelihood off albacore for decades. And
Decades.
it's just fun. And obviously,
Exactly.
they're catchable. Obviously, they're not as intelligent as a bluefin. They
That's
bite.
true because I asked an albacore once to add
That's
sucrose
right.
too and they couldn't do it.
They bite. They're fun to catch, and it's a good fish. But having Dorado, yellowfin tuna around, bluefin tuna, there's nothing wrong with that. But the albacore.
All right, Strasser, still not sure, but Bobby Taft, I think he's leaning towards saying there will be an albacore season, so that's exciting stuff. Tommy Holland, you know what he thinks. Let's see what happens. Man, this is going to be so exciting. All right, now it's time for the Friedman Adventures Forecast, and let me just say right up front, let's make the prediction, and then I will give you my reasons. Yes, there will be an albacore season this year, and let's define that. That means that the sport boats in San Diego, LA, Orange County will catch hundreds of albacore in 2022. Not one, not 10. The prediction is wrong. If that is the case, hundreds of albacore this year. So it just has to add up to 101, and we got our prediction covered. Now, I know a lot of you said, hey, all you got to do, all you do is you say there will be albacore this year. And one of these years, you're going to be right. Well, this is the second year. I was in China for 3 years, so don't forget that. And we certainly are not going to predict albacore in El Nino types of environment. Water's too warm. Albacore don't like that, so we're not going to do that. So here we go. Maybe strike two. I get 3 strikes, so if I blow it this year, I'll be back again next year, probably saying there'll be albacore again. I always am pretty positive about things, but I like to have a little bit of data. All right, first of all, let me make this point to you. There's this huge predictability problem in the months from April to June. All the scientists say, when we're trying to predict what a La Nina will do, an El Nino will do. We have this huge problem from April to June. So it might be silly to make the prediction, but if I wait till June, there might be albacore biting already. So we have that problem where it looks like a La Nina and then it goes warm and then you're out, man. So if something like that happens this year, I'll come back and update you again, keep you up to par. Now, the other negative I could tell you is that the current water in the Southern California, northern Baja is actually poorer right now than it was last year at this time in terms of an albacore run. It is poorer. That's not good, is it? So I don't like that one bit at all. But now, here we go. Experts last year were predicting a neutral kind of situation where it was just not going to go La Nina and it was still a little bit too warm, and it kind of edged toward being warm last year after we made our prediction. And then you didn't see any albacore at all. So the experts this year are predicting a La Nina. They're unanimous. They are all saying, they're not saying neutral, they're saying an La Nina, which means cooler water, which albacore like. And they are predicting that La Nina through the winter time, which bodes well for next year for an albacore kind of situation. Now, we all know that experts can be wrong. You know, the science. Trust the science. So what we want are data-driven arguments, and I believe the data is on our side and the models are on our side. But you know, models, scientifically speaking, are only as good as the data you put into them. So these things are not 100%. New models are coming out on Thursday. So you would have thought that I would have been smart and waited until Thursday. But I know that the experts, the scientists, are getting a sneak peek at those models ahead of time. And they'll become public on Thursday. So I am surmising they've looked at the models, and that's why they're all in on the La Nina. So I'm going out and making this prediction right now. With this La Nina, it is looking really, really good. And these models and these predictions, you know, there's no politics involved in this. If the albacore were a huge voting block, then I would look at what the experts were saying with, you know, great scrutiny, because we've already seen how that kind of goes. It gets, you know, tailored to whatever political cause and narrative you're trying to spin sometimes with the experts. But in this case, I don't see that happening. I see that we really do have a La Nina brewing, which can go sideways, but that looks good. And with that, we should be good. The albacore stock, the amount of albacore is in good shape. We haven't seen them for about 12 years. As Bobby Taft said earlier in this show, we get these things every dozen years or so. It's about time. You know, I got it. I mean, the guy's been doing this for so many years. I got to go with Bobby. I mean, I've got to think that he's more than likely right. And there's this empirical evidence that we're getting so far here this year. More and more anchovy in our local waters. We haven't seen that for a long time. That is something that happens in La Ninas. That squid moving from Monterey down, that biomass of squid, it was all up there in Monterey last year. It moved down into the Channel Islands. That means the cooler water moved down this way. So it all sets up for a good albacore season. So the Friedman Adventures team have poured over the stats. We've had our spotter planes scouring the Eastern Pacific looking for albacore, and we will continue to have that spotter plane up there. And at this point in time, we are predicting hundreds of albacore to be taken in San Diego, northern Baja, central California waters in that neck of the woods. All right, now it's your turn. Make sure you put a comment on YouTube. Will there be an albacore season? Is Phil Friedman wrong again this year, or could it be that he is right? John Woodrum from The Pursuit, he put a comment up the other day and said, nah, those things will never be back. I think John was joking, but maybe he was serious. I'm not sure. Here we go. It should be a lot of fun. We've got that bluefin around. Will we add albacore to it? I want your opinion. Make sure you hit that like button and make sure you leave a comment on YouTube about whether you think there'll be albacore or not. Once again, it's great to be with you all. Thanks. Keeping my fingers crossed for longfin tuna this year, hoping that you, if you've never fished them before, get to feel the magic of an albacore season. Take care, my friends.